Harry. Just doing another video for you today. This one's going to be very quick. This is just going to be my opinion on two issues that have been going down the past week. I myself, I underwent a procedure the other day, so I've just been taking a few days easy, but I decided that I need to get around and get out even a quick video for you. So first thing I'm going to get into is if you guys already know, you guys have heard about the indictments that came out in the Mueller investigation that has to do with 13 Russian nationals that have been indicted for meddling in the election back in 2016. Well, the Democrats, they're now trying to separate the whole Trump-Russia story with the Russian meddling story. Now they're trying to separate it because for the past year and a half, they've just been conflating the two. They're just saying Russia's been meddling in the election, and they influenced it to the point where they gave it to Trump. So they were helping Trump, and Trump was probably colluding with them, and that's how it was all coordinated. And that's where it comes from. They don't have any actual proof, and it's now completely falling apart. And I guarantee you, by the summertime, this investigation should be done. Now, here's my opinion on this. I do believe that this whole entire Russia saga was pretty much just an opportunity that was taken by the Obama administration and Hillary Clinton DNC. Pretty much everybody in this giant cabal. And that's why all these people's names keep popping up here and there. This person was working on this investigation when they were also working on the email probe. These people always are intertwined with each other, one hand washing the other, and it's very sickening, and it shows how swampy everything is. But in my honest opinion, Obama's government used actual Russian meddling, because technically it happened, yes. 13 people made dozens of accounts, and they spread negative and positive propaganda on Trump, positive propaganda on Bernie Sanders, a little bit negative, but all negative on Hillary Clinton. If anything is a universal truth, everybody hated Hillary Clinton. Nobody wanted Hillary Clinton to win. Not even the Russians. Nobody wanted Hillary Clinton to win. So that's one constant we can know. If anything, if you want to look at it, the Russians were probably Bernie supporters, because if anything, the Russians wanted Bernie to pretty much bankrupt the country. I mean, the country is already almost bankrupt anyway. We're borrowing money that we can never pay back, and we're borrowing it like Trump's trying to stop that. But if Bernie got in there, oh good lord, triple the national debt from what it is now, minimum wage hiked to the point where all the people who are pretty much next to poverty, or who are in poverty technically, will be homeless. It'll destroy the economy, gut the country from the inside out, and then pretty much make us a paper house. Just blow us and we'll just crumble. That's I think, if anything, that's what the Russians would have wanted. They were probably Bernie bros. They were probably feeling the burn. And but anyway, back to the Obama administration and Hillary and all the DNC people. They used the real snippet of truth that the Russians meddled in the election and ran with it, and then created this whole Russia-Trump collusion saga that we now see today. We are dealing with people who are very opportunistic, and they knew that they could run with this. They decided to pay a guy, sorry about that, lost my train of thought for a second. They wanted to pay a British guy, to start making up a dossier based off of what the intel was coming in that Russians were meddling, and we'll just spice it up. We'll just throw hookers in there, and we'll throw Ping in there, and we'll throw Trump in there, saying that he was going over there to coordinate this entire meddling thing in the first place. So they have been, for the past 2 years, trying to conflate Trump collusion with Russian meddling. And now that it's coming out that no American was in on this. They unwittingly participated, and that's the best you got. So now the Democrats are trying to separate, saying, oh, this is about Russian meddling. This isn't about Trump collusion. No, which is it? You've been telling us for the past 2 years that it's all the same. Okay, so that's my quick opinion on that. The bunch of opportunists in the administration and Hillary Clinton's campaign, they all saw this opportunity to try to make a surefire win, but they're so incompetent that with all this against Donald Trump, he still won. So I'm confident that this man is leading this country well. He's running this country like a newly tuned car. Like it's not brand new. This car it's been neglected for the past 8 years, but he just tuned it up, and we're getting it back on the road. So let's go with that. Now, second thing I want to quickly talk about is now gun control. We all know what happened in Parkland, Florida, the tragic school shooting where 17 people were gunned down by an insane person. And this is, I mean, this is where you have to chalk it up. This person was insane. He was mostly driven to it based off of the conditions that he had to deal with. I'm not trying to exonerate him from anything that happened. He's responsible for what he did, but there were clear warning signs, and there was failure throughout all levels, from the top to the bottom, when it comes to identifying this issue. And it's actually quite, reasonable to deduce that the tip was ignored by the FBI because it's in complete disarray, because nobody knows how to run the place. You have 90% Obama holdovers fighting President Trump and his administration, then 10% on the top who are trying to figure out what's going on. They don't have time to hear about random tips about somebody who's going to shoot a school up. They're trying to get Donald Trump impeached. They're trying to worry about the important things, So yeah, this is going to be dangled over the heads of the FBI, and someone's head is going to roll. But there's one last little thing that I want to point out is some of these kids. Now, I was watching Fox the other day, and they had some of the kids from the high school on Fox, and these kids were sharp. They were sharp as a tack, and that's why it's a little fishy to me. Their rhetoric and their talking points are too refined, and their attack is too focused. This one kid was blatantly spoke directly to the camera and said, if you, to the politicians or anybody who takes money from the NRA, you are complicit in this genocide, in this murder. So these kids, their rhetoric is too on point. So, and I think I know you guys who you see Fox, you know who I'm talking about. These kids are going to go to Washington. They're going to speak and sit down with the president on Wednesday. They're going to have a listen session, and they're also going to push for a march, a gun control march in March. And these kids are now becoming the new figurehead, the new spokespeople for gun control, and it's quite compelling. A bunch of high school kids who just were witness to a mass shooting. That's quite compelling. That would definitely pull on a lot of people's heartstrings. So guys, keep your eyes out for these kids, because I don't know what they're up to, but I have a good idea what they're up to, but I want to know who's controlling them. Somebody, they haven't just grassroots this. Somebody told them start the grassroots movement. So they started it, but they're being compelled to do so. I mean, yes, a lot of their friends just got killed. A lot of them are grieving and angry and frustrated. Perfect opportunity for somebody to come in and take advantage of them to drive and push a narrative. That's just me. That's just my opinion. That's just how I'm seeing this. It could be completely honest. It could be these kids are just really smart and they're fed up with this and they want to do a national movement. That could be it too. That's fine. We will meet you on the battlefield of ideas. The NRA will meet you on the battlefield of ideas. The Second Amendment will meet you there. We will meet you there on the battlefield of ideas. It seems like they want to have open discourse, which is okay. Let's do it. But if it is what I'm thinking it is, then we have to be wary about the situation. Anyway, that was just my quick opinion on the two situations. Sorry about a little bit earlier. My wife wanted to come down. She wanted to know if I was hungry. Isn't she sweet? That's why I married her. Anyway, this is Swamp Cleaner Harry. going to sign off and hope you guys have a great day.